Hello, is there anybody in there? There's somebody. Hello out there. I will be right back if anybody's watching. Okay. Hey, baby, can you hear me all right? Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I tell you, nobody won't come and play because other people are live, but I figured it was worth a shot. I love you, dear. Thanks for checking in and letting me know if my sound was working and everything. I appreciate it. Hey, what's going on, Chase? How you doing, buddy? I love you too, baby. Yeah, I've missed them too, but they'll probably be either during the daytime or on the weekends now. But while I was working day shift, especially, it was just hard to do anything. Get off work and go home. I'm so tired, I can't do nothing. Oh, Lord have mercy. I didn't figure anybody would be in here. Once I get to 500 subscribers, I'll start doing my lives horizontally instead of vertically. Come on, everybody in the background, hop in here and say hi. Did you have a good Christmas, Chase? Oh, I am. I got the kick in the ass I needed about a month ago from somebody, and that got me going again. Ow. It's just been one thing after another here lately. Well, I didn't get everything done I was supposed to get done. Like, you see this? This was supposed to be my fiance's Christmas present, but that's about how far I went with it. I prefer 30-06, to be completely honest. I had this conversation with somebody the other day. Shit, Bobby can't do nothing. But if you look at the sketch marks on there, you can tell kind of what it's going to be when I start cutting it. No, that's actually oak. That's a piece of oak I bought at Lowe's. God damn it. I didn't know you was still there, baby. Sorry, I guess you know what your present is now. I feel stupid. Well, you can't see good enough to have seen what those sketches were, so. Add a QA sticker. What the fuck? Hi, baby. I love you too. I'll see you after a while. I didn't know she was still in here. I wouldn't have done that. You ever tried one of these Viking berry juice monsters? They're actually pretty good. That first sip is a little bit weird, but after that first sip, it's pretty good. I didn't even really have any Christmas orders. I just didn't get in the shop. I made about half of a video of that Christmas tree. Wherever the hell it went. And then I done the Bobby short of him painting the tree, and then I never did finish the video after that. Good morning, Kevin. So have you made anything cool over the holidays? Anything out of the ordinary? Yeah, I'm gonna have to cave in and get me a lathe for sure eventually before we get laid off work again. I figure we've got till about April or May before we get laid off. I think I'm going to make a couple of things like wedding arches and photo backdrops for, weddings, champagne wall, a few things like that that could be rented out. And try renting them out just to see how that goes. Because every time I've ever thought about how I'm going to turn woodworking into a business, that's the idea I always come back to, is becoming a rental place. Because there's only one other place in town that really rents stuff out, and it's just plastic PVC crap. Hey, Woodchucker, what's going on? I don't know. Just after the shop flooded, I don't know. I just hit a run of bad luck, and it just keeps coming and keeps coming, and it's just had me down. But I'm trying to fight my way back up out of it. When I get down like that, I have a hard time getting myself back up and doing stuff again. Oh yeah, Kevin, that's absolutely one of the things I'll be making. I was just going through the first things I could name off the top of my head, but I need to find me an event planner. I mean, let's say for example, I could make a couple of wedding arches and rent them out. Rent them out 2 or 3 times, and that would pay, more than pay for it and bring the money back, and that would be more money I could put into making more stuff. And then I could do things like buy tables and chairs and tents, and then I could do the full-on party rental thing from there. Yeah, Diablo, that's a definite need down here. It got deeper than a 5-gallon bucket, so I might build me a little canoe. But every time I've sat and thought about what kind of business I would do, how to make money, that's always the idea that I come back to. And I mean, it wouldn't be hard to make stuff like that you could just take apart and put back together. Just a few carriage bolts and wing nuts and cut in the right places. Here, I'll tell you how the luck's been here. We'll just go for the past month. Uh, about 3 weeks ago, my fiance's daughter was getting out of the car and fell and broke her leg. And when I say broke her leg, I mean broke the big bone 3 inches above the ankle. She broke it all the way across at an angle like that and splintered the little bone. She now has a rod in each bone. She spent a week at the hospital and then another week at the rehabilitation nursing home place. While that was going on, I got hit in the back at work with a 48-inch lawnmower deck. When we take them off of the robots after the brackets and everything's welded on them, we have to run them over to a conveyor belt and put them down on the line. Well, the guy working behind me, they were really oily. And I know it wasn't his fault because I was having a hard time holding on to them too. But he come running over there with his as fast as he could, and it slipped out of his hand and it caught me in the back, and that laid me up for days. I didn't bruise up at first, but I had big old knots on my back right where it hit. I'm getting around a lot better now, though, finally. But that's just past couple of weeks, and that's not even all of it. But I've never actually looked at my phone when I go live. I usually have my fiance's phone watching the chat. There's all kinds of stuff goes on here. Uh, Heck, I can stream little games. Start a poll. Mike's supposed to be going live sometime tonight, and I'm going to join him when he goes live, so it'll be twice the trouble then. Other than making sure everybody's had Christmas, I've donated to all the Christmas charities like Toys for Tots, Salvation Army, and all that. And for those of you that have been around and know, my fiance's daughter is special needs. She's 26, but mentally, if she could read and write, I'd put her at about 8 to 10 years old. Well, while she was in the nursing home, there was a guy up there that is like her mentally. I mean, he reminds me of her so much. He looks younger than he is and everything, and we've kind of adopted him. We bought him some Christmas presents and took him up there last night after we got done with our Christmas, and we each kept a present and that we didn't unwrap, and unwrapped ours with him. That way he could have that experience too. His mother is in a nursing home about an hour away. We're going to take him to see her, but my fiance was a little bit sick this morning, and we didn't want a chance going in 2 nursing homes and her sick. Well, this guy's story, I mean, it really bothered me. It was him and his mom and his 2 sisters, and the way I understand it, they wasn't rich, but they didn't have to want for anything. But then his mom got hurt or got sick, and they put her in one nursing home. And then after they started spending all that money, they put him in the nursing home here, about an hour or so away from her, and just kind of left it and kind of left him there, and nobody pays attention to him or nothing from his family anymore. So we've kind of adopted him now. Is there a way to share my screen on the phone? No. Hey, Kevin, how's it going, buddy? I went live just to see you. How you doing? Yeah, Woodchucker, I'll have these really big, long bursts of really bad luck, and sometimes I mean, they'll stop, but nothing really good ever seemed to happen much. like after the divorce, I don't know how many of you I've told this. I know I've told it on here a time or two, but about about 4 years after my divorce, it was my day before my birthday. I had decided I was going to end everything, and I was writing my note. I guess I was going to post it on Facebook, and that was it. And while I was writing that note, the one person in the world that could have called me that I've actually answered the phone for called. And she is sitting upstairs right now. We are now engaged. And after we got together, it seems like I had a run of luck to beat the devil, and now it seems like the bad luck's starting to creep back in. So I seen something. Where did it go? Two dudes, how bad was your holiday? I believe that once upon a time, Kevin. Yeah, I totally understand that. I'm the only one working right now. But when that lawnmower deck hit me, I don't know, that had me worried that it was going to be worse than it was and that I wasn't going to be able to work. You see, all the old religions believed that your fate was set from the time you were born. Like the Norse and the Danes, they believed in the Nornir that weaved the threads of fate, and the Greeks and the Romans had they were called the Fates, if I'm not mistaken, had similar things. And I got to thinking about that. And if that's the case, where does the idea of luck come from? I'll be honest with you, I'm surprised I'm alive too. I was crazy back in the day. Well, I was crazier back in the day. Oh, I got me a new shop light, by the way. So now I've got one over the bandsaw and table saw. Hey, Shoops. Oh, I already know how dirty my shop is. It don't matter how much light I've got. I can always see that. Just ask me how much I care how dirty my shop is. That's the real question. Hmm. I don't know if you go to the beach and pass out and somebody buries you in the sand, that could be a good day. Yes, I know that's not exactly what you meant, but talk about the good stuff. That would be a really short life. Oh, God. I've decided that Bobby needs some competition, so there's about to be a new character come into play. I've thought about splicing together all the episodes so far of Bobby in the shop and making a long form video out of it for everybody to watch. Hey, I've been trying the positive thinking thing for a long time. I've been trying it for a good month and a half now. I mean, I can be at work and instead of saying, oh man, it's still a half an hour to lunch, I can say, oh man, it's only a half hour to lunch. I try, but that I'm not built to think that way. And my allergies stay flared up. This was supposed to be my fiance's Christmas present, but you see how far I got with it. Of course, if you look at the sketching, you can probably tell what it was going to be. First time I showed that, she was actually in here watching. Well, Mike's supposed to be going live here in a couple of minutes. Or I thought he was. He's supposed to come here and tell me, and I was going to join him. I might work in the background of his live. Yeah, that would be in 12 minutes. 9, 8 Central, yep. Oh, I'm sure you probably will. Uh, Now, from here till about the middle of January, you should see quite a few videos from me. Because I'm going to try to pump out a few skills for everybody so that they can make Valentine's Day baskets. If you watched my video before last, or my last long form video, I talked about starting some other skills like jewelry casting. I'm going to throw some soap making in there, some candle making in there. Amy, how's it going, Amy Joe? Well, right there's you a job, Nicole. Get you one of them little pooper scooper thingies and some bags and advertise that you'll clean the poop out of people's yards and you'll make some money if you live in a big city. And believe me, I am not talented at all. And I can prove it. Well, here were my attempts at a puzzle piece. I got a little bit closer with that one. I was going to try that out at one time, Nicole, but I didn't live in a big enough city to do it, to make it worthwhile. So, or I lived in a city where nobody cared is probably the more accurate term. And then we got Broken Hearted. Oh, you missed my puzzle pieces I tried to make. I think I was live when I done them because I done a Christmas tree and a snowman and some other stuff. But yep, I would have never known that any but one of these was a puzzle piece. That one kind of gave me the finger. That one actually almost looked like a puzzle piece. Almost. It's an amazing book. It really is. I mean, it starts out with land, buying it and building it. It tells you what to look for, how to buy land, how to build on it. It shows you a little bit of everything. And then it shows you how to hand hew beams, everything. Composting toilets. Windmills. Pest control. Gardening, livestock. Smoking your harvest, like your pigs and stuff. Canning. Recipes, and then it's got quilting. Skinning and tanning and leather work. Woodworking, blacksmithing. It's got a little bit of everything in it. No, I done them on the bandsaw. Honestly, my blade was probably a bit thick to have been trying to do that, but well, honestly, I could probably just drill a hole in this end almost all the way through, and then drill a hole from this side all the way through the middle, and it would turn into what it was going to be. It just seems like it might be a bit long and clunky. Well, if I do that, then I'm going to run on top of Shoops Live in 2 minutes, and I don't want them mad at me. They're the ones that give me the bandsaw. Hey, Rusty, how's it going? Well, let's see. What do I have over here? Let me get Bobby's router out of the way. What the hell? Hang on just a second, guys. Sorry about that. You guys still with me? Sorry about that, guys. Nobody couldn't figure out how to get the pan of turkey out of the oven. So I had to go save the day. Let's see here. Alright. How charged is this phone? 22%. Alright, let's charge it. Sorry if I make you seasick, guys. There we go. I believe I'm going to spray that with some WD-40. Yeah, close enough for government work, I guess. Apologize for the noise. I guess it helps if you plug the saw up, don't it? That doesn't bode very well, does it? First cut, and I done blew surge protector off. Alright. Let's go over here. Let's see, how did I do that the other day that everybody could see what I was doing? I believe I'll spend this weekend and try to clean the shop up a little bit, guys. I know it needs it, especially since I've not been here, done anything down here in forever. Alright. Let's see here. Where's my pencil? I'm not very pleased. Yeah, I haven't exactly bolted the saw down yet. I've not really got to use it much to correct all of that, but yeah, that's a pretty thick blade, but that was the only one that I could find in the appropriate size. So you got to race with what you brought to the track, I guess. It was an old free band saw. I can't complain about it. It works. It serves its purpose. Hey Dave, how's it going? Yeah, Nicole, when I can find me a slightly smaller belt that will fit, I'd say that'll fix the most of that problem. Or I can go to a machine shop that'll has a bandsaw that actually has the blade welder on it. Break it and make it a little bit smaller. Alright. This is going to be the hard part now. Let's see. That's all. Can you figure out what it is now? Yes, two dudes. It's going to be a peace pipe. I think I may just cut the stem all the way off and then glue it back to the bowl. Because that wasn't a very good design. I probably should have cut the length of the stem first. Hey Norm, how's it going? Looks like all I'm making's a mess, really. Yeah, I saw it. I just forgot to respond, Nicole. happy in a world full of OSHA violations. Have a good ride, Amy. Thanks for stopping by. I got a feeling I probably should have drilled my holes before I cut that. But I don't have a drill bit long enough for that thing. I'm gonna have to shorten the stem a little bit. Without me having to run upstairs and get one, do you guys know how big a pipe screen is? A pipe screen is. I'll get it out right in a minute. Believe you might want to update your information there, Woodchucker. I'll just go get one. That way I'll know for sure. When in doubt, go steal one from the expert. That gives me a pretty good idea. Hey, Pilato, what's going on? Yeah, I had a pretty good Christmas. Well, if you really want me to lay it out and measure, I mean, I don't really have my micrometers down here at the moment, but now that you've said that, I am curious. Looks like it's about 3/4 of an inch, a little bit less. Where's some effing tape measure? There it is. Yep, right at 3/4 of an inch. So I go a little bit smaller, I guess, than that. use a spade bit. Half inch. Okay. Where's my fucking drill? There it is. Get you guys moved back over here. Alright. There we go. See you later, Pilato. Alright, let's see. How am I gonna do this? One more little clamps, huh? If you guys are wondering, yes, I do talk to myself while I'm working and making videos. I just edit the part where I'm talking to myself out. That ain't gonna work. I don't need to go all the way through. that was going to happen. Well, it didn't break through at least. Yeah, it didn't really break off enough to matter. I mean, just I'll be sanding that chunk down anyway. I should have done all this drilling beforehand, I guess. I just do not trust myself like that, so. Hmm. Try it over here. I might have to get me a better clamp. Hmm. Probably should have done that from the start. Let's see if that works any better. Guess I still need to take something and knock a little bit more out of the middle of that. I hate doing this right here because I can't get it lined up for you to see what I'm doing. Okay, we got us a hole drilled at least. Now drilling the stem's going to be interesting. Now, Chucker, you better not go. You're the only reason I'm doing this. And yes, Nicole, I definitely should have drilled my holes before cutting. I realized that after I started cutting. Drilling that stem is going to be a chore, let me tell you. I don't know if I've eaten today or not. I think I've grabbed a few pieces of I walked by the fridge. Does that count as eating? Okay. I think I will take a little break. Let the phone charge up some. Well, guys, I guess I'm going to have to go too. My fucking phone's at 1%, so it didn't charge at all a while ago while I was charging that. But I'll tell you what, you guys can come by. I'll go live early tomorrow and see what we can't do with this. But I think that's going to turn out nice. After it gets sanded and finished. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to kick you. It's been good to see you guys. Good to see you, Rich. And yeah, I can totally drill a hole through that stem. Just do I have a long enough small drill bit, is the question. Of course, I can always shorten the stem, I guess. Now, where did that brand new pack of drill bits go? And if this don't work, I can always try it again. I do have plenty more oak to use. That's the reason I bought the big piece. That way, if I screwed it up, I could do it again. I do love you guys very much. Thank you for stopping and hanging out with me. I greatly appreciate it. I will go live tomorrow, probably around lunch or so. Maybe a little bit later than that, depending on how late everybody sleeps. I'll be up by 5 or 6 because I've been getting up at 4 every morning. I'll be so glad to go to second shift when we start back to work on the 5th. But I appreciate y'all coming by and spending the last hour and a half with me. I love y'all, mean it. Catch you next time.